I want you guys to be honest about how many of you have gone through the self-checkout, scanned everything carefully, and then the machine says, unexpected item in the bagging area. Suddenly, you're standing there waving your arm for help like you're landing an airplane. Today, I want to talk about why self-checkout isn't as convenient or as harmless as it looks. Hello, my friends. Today I want to talk about those self-checkout machines. Remember when they first came out and everybody was so crazy about them? You get to play cashier. Well, it's time to stop playing cashier because those things are not as convenient as we think they are. They can actually get you in a lot of trouble. And some people may like them, but before you use them, you need to think twice about what I'm going to tell you about these machines. The first thing I want to tell you guys about these machines, they are taking people's jobs away. They say it's cutting costs for the store, but when you think about the theft rate has probably gone up because of these machines. And when you're checking out, wouldn't you rather see a happy cashier than just a big still machine that you're putting things through? Then when something happens, it just shuts down. You have to get somebody to come over and help you anyway. So you might as well go through a register where there's a real person instead of you trying to scan the items and try to get the weights on the fruits and vegetables and big items. And it's just so much work for you, and you're not even getting paid for it. You think about it. You're doing the work for free when they could be paying a cashier to do it and you just walk through the line. But no, now you've got to scan your items up, make sure you get the right weight and turn the scanner barcode so they can get it right. And then you have to bag your items up and then put them in the grocery cart. I went to Myers one day and they had a bag checker putting my stuff in the bag outside of the cashier. And I was so happy. She was bagging the stuff, putting it in the grocery cart. I said, wow, I haven't seen this in forever. And I don't know if it's a new thing that Meyer was doing to make it seem, it just made it more pleasurable. So I got to talk to the cashier and the bagger. So it's a good thing that way. You think about it. If you buying the groceries, now you got to check out yourself and bag your groceries. Are you getting a discount for doing that? No, you're not. And it's just you're doing the work. You're doing the work of somebody who could be having a job to do that. Now you're doing it. It's not fair to people who need jobs. One of the other things is security. And it's security and mistakes. I saw this thing on Facebook where a lady went through the self-checkout and used cash. And she paid with $300 bills. And the machine kept saying she only put $200 in, and she said no, she put $300 in the machine, and they were $100 bills. And she left out of that store. She put in a complaint and all this stuff, but she left out of the store, and people were on there telling her she should have had them check the machine, because they can check that machine before you leave, because once you leave they can say anything. So they were saying to have somebody check the camera and all this. You see, it's just too much drama going on at the store. And so you make a scanning error and it's blown into, you've stolen something, you tried to ring something through. And then it's just so much, and they got the security camera there watching, but that doesn't stop people from trying to take extra things. You scan this when it should have been this. You do the fake scanning. People are doing that. So there's more theft going on a lot of times with these self-checkouts. And then if you're not stealing and you make a mistake, they're going to assume you were trying to steal anyway. But if you use a card and they find out there's an error on your self-checkout, they will come to your home and arrest you. I've seen that where a lady, I can't remember what it was, she was taking a bunch of stuff, her husband, they had the child with them, and they had scanned things out and they used their credit card or whatever, and they were arrested at their home. And it's just, that's almost making people not want to use those machines because you can get in big trouble. And sometimes there are technology mistakes, and what do you do in that case? It's not your fault, but yet they're making it out like it was something you were planning on doing. Those little machines are not making life easier for you. They're actually making it worse. And you know, I don't know about you, but I'd rather talk to the cashier than sit there scanning my stuff. It makes me nervous. And when I go to the store now, I never use those machines. I will stand in a long line where there's a cashier, then go to the self-checkout. And I've noticed now, if I go to Walmart, there's more cashiers at the register than people going to that self-checkout. I think people are learning that self-checkout can be dangerous. You know, it can cause you more headache than what it's worth. And I just feel like because of that self-checkout, we're losing the customer service of having somebody there to check you out, to, you know, talk to you, and we're losing that human connection. So I really, in my mind, think not to use those self-checkouts. Even if I have a couple of items, I will not use the well, I take that back. If I have less than 5 items, depending on what they are, I may use the self-checkout, but I really don't like using it, especially, you know, to when I have to have vegetables and fruit and stuff. I just don't like it. It's not convenient for me at all. And then you think about some of the seniors who come in the store. That thing is really a headache for them because they're not used to that type of stuff. They want to talk to the cashier. They want to have somebody to interact with, not a machine. So you guys tell me what you think about that. To end this video, I want to know, have you guys had any kind of funny, crazy interactions at the checkout, self-checkout? I've had some of the best times with the people at the register. And then you think about it, sometimes you may buy personal items and you don't want somebody seeing what you purchased. So going to self-checkout, that might be something you want to use. But I don't know. But if you found this video interesting, please like, comment, share the video. Maybe if enough of us stop using those self-checkout registers, maybe we can get live people back into the stores so they can check us out and all that good stuff, because that can be very, very dangerous when you're self-checking yourself out. And what if you forget something at the bottom of your buggy because you're not used to looking at the bottom of your buggy? You're loading your stuff in the cart, and then you don't see stuff in the bottom, and somebody's stopping you before you get through the door saying, hey, you didn't scan that. And it's like, it's so embarrassing. So let's just see if we can stop using those self-checkouts and start going to a live register where there's a live person at the register. And that might get these self-checkout machines to go away, because I don't think they're cost cutting at all. I really don't. And so you guys take it easy, and I will see you in the next video.